Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. You know, when you move to a foreign country away from what you're familiar with, you can expect to change a little bit. So in this video I'm going to tell you the changes I've experienced being an expat in Cambodia for more than 5 years now. I arrived in January 2018. So it's a little over 5 years, and I'll be telling you some of the changes that have occurred in me and maybe what you can expect should you decide to move here, or really anywhere else where it's a different culture and climate and things like that. But first, I want to remind you, as always, that I have books for sale. You can find the books you see on your screen at the link in the description, including Live in Cambodia, a guide for living in the Kingdom of Wonder. But I also want to announce that we want to take a road trip. Singlai wants to go back to her home village. That is called Strime. It's a small little village in the Brava here province. Go up there and stay for a couple days. So for those of you who have been asking why I never get out of Siem Reap, first of all, it's because I like Siem Reap. I'm kind of a nester. I find a place I like and I just want to kind of hang out there. But also because we don't really have extra money to take these long road trips and staying in hotels and everything else. But if you want to see video of that and you want to help support the channel, we'll try to get a couple $100 together, and you can donate through either PayPal or buy me a coffee or two on Ko-Fi.com. I will leave the links for both of those down below, and if we meet our goal, I'll give a shout out to everybody that donated in those videos from a different place. Should be pretty fun. Pretty interesting. The last time I was there was absolutely no other foreigners, so you'll see more of a localized culture. And they had a really cool market I'd like to show you guys. So yeah, consider that. All your donations are always appreciated. So thank you. Yeah, as I said, I've been here over 5 years. And if you don't know the story, Cambodia was not actually my first choice. I knew I wanted to move away from the United States. But Cambodia was not my first choice. For a time, I knew I wanted to come to Southeast Asia. Well, for a long time, I was actually debating somewhere in South America. For some reason, I've always been interested in Peru. Watched a lot of videos from people who live or visit Peru. I thought it was colorful and fascinating. And I know it's still pretty inexpensive, kind of like Cambodia. But I wasn't really sure. I debated back and forth on which direction I would go in. But for my purposes and what I wanted to accomplish, I finally decided upon Cambodia, which is where I've been for the last 5+ years. But like I said, when you live somewhere else outside of your own culture, you're going to experience certain changes. And the biggest things I thought I would miss about back home are the things that almost immediately didn't concern me anymore. And I don't know why that is. For instance, I'm kind of a loner. I know I have 2 YouTube channels, and I'm starting a 3rd one. By the way, that link is in the description. I don't have any videos yet, but go ahead and subscribe now. I'll be getting some up real soon for my 3rd YouTube channel. Despite that, and you might think, you just want to show your face and your voice everywhere you go. In real life, I'm actually kind of an introvert. Excuse me. I don't really socialize well. I'm very awkward sometimes, as anybody who's met me can attest to. Shut up, Kelly. But ooh. But despite that, so when I was back home, I was a real loner. I went to work, I went to the store, got what I needed for the night, or at the end of the work week for the weekend, I stayed holed up inside. I didn't go anywhere. I didn't do anything. I had video game systems. I had tons of video games, racks and racks full of DVDs and Blu-rays, and my DVR from my TV was always about 80% full. I would just veg out all the time, watch TV, eat crappy food by myself, and drink by myself. And I guess some of that carried over because all the things I really like to do are kind of individual things. You know, reading and writing are not things you typically do with, you know, other people. Those are solitary endeavors, and I do like those. But since I've been here, I've gotten out a lot more. I like to go out and meet people, and while it's still awkward sometimes, I'm much more social than I was in the past. Because I found out that even though I think when people meet me for the first time, despite my videos, that they are going to hate me, they're going to judge me, they're going to shy away from me, I found out that that's not true 99.9% of the time. People here have been great. Everybody I've met has been great. Sit down, have a few beers, talk about some stuff, maybe get something to eat. It's been a real pleasant experience. And I think that goes to show how sometimes we self-reflect things and try to put them on other people because of the way we feel about ourselves. I am my own harshest critic, so I automatically assume people are going to see the faults that I see in myself, and sometimes they don't. Most of the time, in fact. Another thing that has changed is my metabolism. I used to sit around and just eat tons and tons of junk food. I mean, I used to have a whole can of Pringles as a snack. That's what I'm talking about here. Since I've been here, I've lost 35 pounds, but my metabolism has also changed because there are days where I will only eat once a day. I'm sure you've experienced this where there are some days that are so hot, so muggy, and almost overbearing that even if you haven't eaten, you're still just not hungry. You just don't want to go through that hassle, waste that energy of chewing because you are just so damn hot. So my metabolism has changed, but also I'm eating a lot healthier because everything over here is fresh. And, you know, we have the concept back home of farm to table, like that's something we invented. We have to give it a name, a special name, something like that. But no, if you try to explain that concept to a local here, they'll be like, "Oh, so you raise your own food and animals, and then you harvest and kill those animals, and then you sell it at the market." I'm like, "Yeah. Well, we've been doing that for forever. That's just how. That's the normal everyday thing here. It doesn't have a fancy name, farm to table. They don't advertise all the organic stuff. It's all just fresh from somebody's hard work, and it's available for you every day at the market. It's a good thing. So I'm eating a lot better, I'm walking around more, I'm meeting people, I'm getting exercise. And I'm sorry for the interruption and the change in audio there, but while I was out and about, my phone kept shutting off because it was overheating. So, and I couldn't see the screen, so I was talking for a lot more, and then it only got like 6 minutes, and then the last 2.5 minutes you just saw. So I thought I'd finish it up here with some footage I already had and finish my thoughts, because the last thing I want to talk about in how Cambodia has changed me is in my stress levels. I used to be a stress monster. There were just things that were insignificant that I would just get stressed about. I would get upset about. Those small things would build up, and you know, that's not good for your blood pressure. It's not good for your mental health. But for some reason, back where I came from, that's just the way it was. I didn't like my life. I didn't like my job. And so I was just kind of a stress machine. But There's really, and I think people who have been here will agree, it's just more of a laid-back vibe here. And it wasn't instantaneous. It took me a while to realize, and I'm not trying to sound new agey or preachy or anything like that, because it took me a long time to figure this out. That, and as cliche as it sounds, it's cliche because it's true. Whatever is going to happen is going to happen. Yes, I know I sound like a motivational speaker, but that's not it. I just realized that even the bad things that happen, even the not so good times, nobody is especially blessed or especially cursed. Things just happen to everybody. And you can either stress about all the bad things that happen, the things that don't go your way, or you can try to fix those things. Try to come up with a solution or an answer to solve the problem at hand. I think your mental health is much better for it. And not to mention, like I said, the blood pressure. I'm getting up there, man. I can't be having my blood pressure going up and down like that. I'm too old for that kind of stuff. But it did take me a long time, but now I'm at the point where nothing really much stresses me out, even when things are going horribly wrong, or something didn't come to fruition, or things I had planned fall apart. And back home, that would have sent me into fits, and I might have thrown something against the wall, or just started cursing to whatever God you believe in was listening, and raising my fist in the air and all my angst. But here I'm just learning to accept it, that things are going to go wrong, and more often than not, in your mind, it's going to be much worse than what it actually is. And there are so many more things that are going to go right that it more than balances itself out, I think. But for me personally, it took me a while to get to that point where I was just willing to accept even the bad things and just get on with my life and try to do better, try to turn something around, make something happen. And I think I'm better off for it. Well, of course, not everybody's going to be able to do that, but it really will help you out, I think. But that's just my opinion. We're all different. You do you, as they say. So yeah, those are some of the ways I think I've changed since I've been here. And I got to say, they're all, in my opinion, positive changes. And I'm very happy here. And when you find a place where you're very happy, no reason to go anywhere else, right? I don't know a person that found something or someplace that makes them extremely happy and they go, oh God, I'm so happy here, we need to leave. We need to go back to to the place I don't like anymore. Yeah, nobody's going to do that. All right, be sure to check out all my links down below. Like I said, I have links to my PayPal or Ko-Fi.com if you want to support the channel and get us to our $200 for that road trip. It's very much appreciated. Other channels that are vlogging from this part of the world, I have a whole list of those down below. You should watch them too. Very informative, very, very good channels. And I highly encourage you to give them a look-see. And of course, all my other, my other YouTube channel and the one I'm about to start, that's listed down below. No videos on that new one yet, but there will be here within a week or two. All right, from Siem Reap, Cambodia, I will talk to you guys in the next one.